Assalamu alaikum everyone. मैं हूँ माजिदा फहमी from Tech Valley and we have a brand new episode right here in which we are discussing Startup Diaries. इसमें आज हमारे पास बहुत ही एक स्पेशल, बहुत ही एक टैलेंटेड एंड बहुत ही एक विजनरी इंसान बैठे हुए हैं. एक एंटरप्रेन्योर है जो कि आज हमसे अपनी स्टोरीज, अपने चैलेंजेस और बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर करने वाले हैं. So let's name him first. So इनका नाम है जी हमजा अंसार और हमजा अंसार ने इतने सारे काम किए हुए हैं कि मुझे पूरी लिस्ट बनानी पड़ी है इनकी. So he is the founder of Startup Early, founder of Innovation 101, founder Win It Pakistan and Hope Organization. और इनकी एजुकेशन जो है रही है यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ लंदन से इन्होंने बैचलर्स डिग्री की हुई है. यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ साउदर्न कैलिफोर्निया से इन्होंने जो है ना एमएससी किया है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड इनोवेशन में. So the list is quite big, तो मैं इतना ही बता सकती हूँ. So let's meet हमजा अंसार. Hello हमजा अंसार, कैसे हैं आप? ठीक है?
बिल्कुल ठीक जी. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor. It's really a pleasure कि आपका इतना ज़्यादा experience है and I'm having good time to talk with you on this whole thing. So thank you for giving us time. तो कैसे हैं आप? आपकी like story कहाँ से शुरू होती है? आपकी journey कहाँ से शुरू होती है? आपने हमें आज सारे राज बताने हैं, ठीक है?
बिल्कुल जी. आई थिंक आपने होप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नाम लेके you've really gone back to schooling years. Hope organization was something I started with, with my friends. क्या कहते हैं, in school it was an NGO kind of a thing, and we were trying to promote, we were trying to educate people post 9/11 के उसके क्या repercussions पाकिस्तान तब face कर रहा था. This I'm talking about 2007-8 की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, which when everything was very fresh in Pakistan, जो हम लोग as a country repercussions face कर रहे थे. So just trying to bring about knowledge and what the real facts were around that particular incident that shaped the world. So Hope organization was that. I graduated school from Lahore Shoifat in 2010, and then I did University of London's external program in BSc Economics. आपने Win It Pakistan का mention किया. Win It Pakistan was my first shot at entrepreneurship. I ended up joining a digital marketing company for a year right after my undergraduate studies. So अब मैं अगर साल की बात करूँ तो 2013 से 2014 में this experience started. And मैं जहाँ काम कर रहा था, it was basically a digital marketing company. हमारे पास एक multinational company के brands थे, which my job was to handle their social media profiles. So उसमें उनकी website, Facebook और Twitter आ जाता था. And these brands were pretty big multinational के products से. So I would notice whenever उस type के brand में कोई ये लोग online Facebook पे particularly कोई competition run करते थे, where they would be giving out a free cricket bat or an iPhone. मतलब कि एक छोटे से बड़े गिफ्ट जितना भी आप उसको कर लें, as long as it was free और एक कंपटीशन की शेप एंड फॉर्म में था, एंगेजमेंट बहुत बढ़ जाती थी. So you would see a lot of people sending in queries कि हम कैसे जीत सकते हैं ये वो, हम how do we participate and everything. So I started realizing that obviously engagement बढ़ रही है but I was handling multiple brands pages. मैं notice करता था कि हर ब्रांड के पेज पे ऑब्वियसली वो लोग आके नहीं कॉम्पिटिशन में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे, इवन दो द अल्टीरियर मोटिव वाज टू विन समथिंग इन अ कॉम्पिटिशन फॉर फ्री. सो Win It Pakistan was the birth of this realization that had you logged on to winitpakistan.com back then, it was a list of all the accumulated online Facebook competitions going on. तो आज 24 सितंबर को अगर आप उस पेज पे जाती, you would have known कि अच्छा जी इन 15-20 pages पे एक live competition हो रहा है Facebook पे. You just need to answer a question or two and you could potentially win something. So that was the Win It Pakistan. The idea behind that was not only to give the user the chance to win more free stuff, but also from the brand's perspective के वो भी ज़्यादा लोगों को उस तरह से attract कर सकें. It was something that really wasn't thought through by me initially. It was a lot of manual work. मैंने कोई 400-500 Facebook pages का एक manual database बनाया हुआ था that I had to track manually. So soon after, I realized that it's a very tough model for me to maintain individually. So I kind of worked on that for a few months. I quit my job for that actually because इतना काम heavy हो गया था. It was so dense data centric, data wise, and कि आप update कर रहे हो हर दूसरे दिन. I had to go and see कि अच्छा जी इस page पे कोई competition तो नहीं आया. So that was Win It Pakistan, and soon after Win It Pakistan, I conceived the idea for Innovation 101 was the name of the company, but our product name was called Preserve. How I got into this and Preserve was where my real entrepreneurial journey was experienced by myself. I learned about crowdfunding. So crowdfunding का मुझे कोई 2015 में I got familiar with the concept of crowdfunding and how a Pakistani company had raised almost $1 million on a unique bicycle from Canada. So मुझे वहाँ से crowdfunding का concept बहुत interesting लगा कि आप कि अगर दिमाग में कोई idea है, you can put up a decent campaign and try convincing people कि idea अच्छा है and give us the money to actually go ahead and make that product. So crowdfunding का जब concept समझ आई, then I honestly started telling myself कि बस मैंने at some point in my life I want to try this particular platform. Product वगैरह बिल्कुल भी उस तरह से I had no idea what product I will eventually be putting up on those particular platforms. So eventually जी मैं उन्हीं दिनों की बात है, coincidentally I was मैं दिन के कोई 3-4 बजे थे और मैं फ़ोन पे एक ज़रूरी मैसेज कर रहा था और मुझे सॉकेट के साथ खड़ा होना बड़ा ज़रूरी था because obviously फ़ोन चार्ज हो रहा था and I had to use the phone. So I started realizing कि this is very inefficient. हम 21वीं सदी में रह रहे हैं और मुझे सॉकेट के साथ कन्फाइंड नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैं वहाँ फंसा हुआ हूँ, फ़ोन भी चार्ज करना है लेकिन एक ज़रूरी मैसेज भी टाइप करना है. And that's when I started thinking कि there should be a better way for charging phones, and my thought process then was कि ये मसला लोग नहीं फेस करते because लोग रात को अपना फ़ोन पूरा चार्ज कर लेते हैं. बट मेरे दिमाग में हमेशा से ये ओपिनियन था कि मैं रात को अगर फ़ोन चार्ज करूँगा मेरी बैटरी ओवरचार्ज हो जाएगी. So I was one of very few people who did not charge their phones at night. And I then started figuring out that जो एक्स्ट्रा बिजली आपका फ़ोन रात को लेता है वो शायद काफ़ी एक्सेसिव है and उसमें बचत हो सकती है. Started going on Google, started looking at different places where I could potentially find a gadget that could not only save energy but also save my phone's battery. And to my surprise, there was no such product. And बस मेरे दिमाग में 2+2 जिस तरह कहते हैं हुआ कि crowdfunding का समझ आ गया और एक product भी दिमाग में आ गया कि अच्छा जी इस पे experiment कर सकते हैं. And because I didn't have an engineering background, तो मुझे काफ़ी पहले 2-3 साल I had to shift a lot of teams and individuals जिनसे मैं product बनवा रहा था. तो सबसे पहले तो एक वो MVP बना, फिर उसका एक slightly बेहतर version बनते it took me very long because मेरी खुद वो technical expertise नहीं थी. But Innovation 101 was primarily the product Preserve. Worked on it for 4 years, and जो शुरू के 3 साल थे, we were just building on the product. हमने उसमें we hired different companies and ऐसा पता लग रहा था कि अच्छा जी अगर रात को हम बिजली सेव कर सकते हैं. The idea behind Preserve was कि Preserve will come between the charging socket and your phone. तो Preserve itself was smart in a way कि जब आप रात को imagine आप 10 p.m. you're going to sleep and you're putting your phone on charge और आप सुबह 6-7 बजे उठ रही हैं तो आपका फ़ोन जब 100% रात को चार्ज होगा, Preserve detects that and then Preserve redirects the energy going to the phone into the power bank. तो आप not only आप अपनी फ़ोन की बैटरी ज़रा overcharging से बचा रही हैं, but you're also waking up with a power bank that is fully charged. So this was the initial idea. We did a lot of research on that, and eventually we wanted to have another unique feature to it. So then we added a credit card shaped battery within Preserve जो आप उसे eject करके अपने wallet में डाल के carry कर सकती थी. So आपको as a power bank you didn't have to carry a big power bank with you. You could have easily just ejected the credit card shaped battery and taken it with you. तो ये जो पूरी journey थी, this was 3-4 years long. I was applying to international incubation centers, local incubation centers, and that the whole 9 yards. Got into a few ones. एक Spain में था, but it didn't seem feasible for me to go and actually get that experience. But luckily, I found partners in Islamabad, Team Up ke naam se.
Okay.
They were the ones to come on board initially, and then I was able to raise funds from 2 investors in Lahore, and then we used that money to go to the US and run our crowdfunding campaign. और फिर हमने वहाँ पे भी अपने उस तरह से we raised a crowdfunding campaign also. So that is my journey with Innovation 101 जी.
Great. आपने एक ही गो में जो है ना सारी अपनी जर्नी बता दी. That's really interesting. And I see the spirit of entrepreneurship. कि जब ये जो कीड़ा होता है स्पेसिफिकली एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का, ये बहुत शायद कुछ लोगों में बहुत बचपन से होता है कि व्हेन यू हम जब दुनिया के मेंटल मॉडल्स बना रहे होते हैं तो देन थिंग्स हिटिंग अस कि यार हमने ये प्रॉब्लम में सॉल्व कर दिया, हमने वो भी करना है, एंड वी लुक फॉर प्रॉब्लम्स एंड देन वी सॉल्व इट, राइट?
जी.
So this was the spirit of entrepreneurship that enforced you, जिन्होंने आपको मजबूर किया कि आप ये इतनी सारी लंबी जर्नी जो है ना वो तय करें और डिफरेंट प्रॉब्लम्स के सोल्यूशन निकालें. स्पेशली जो बैटरीज का आपने किया हुआ है कि इको फ्रेंडली बैटरीज है, ये पाकिस्तानी हाउस होल्ड्स के शायद मोस्ट कॉमन प्रॉब्लम्स में शुमार होता है कि हम जो है ना हमारे बेड के पास स्पेशली सॉकेट नहीं होता और हमें लाइक बहुत स्ट्रगल करना पड़ता है अपने फ़ोन्स को चार्ज करने के लिए. सो दैट्स रियली गुड. एंड चलिए जी, इसमें आपको चैलेंजेस क्या क्या फेस आए? इतनी सारी आपने जो है ना काम किया, इतनी रिसर्च की, मार्केट में रहे, लोगों से मिले, इवन दो कुछ चीज़ों में हमारी जो है ना एक्सपर्टीज़ नहीं होती, तो उसको भी आपने ओवरकम किया. एंड इसमें क्या क्या मेन चैलेंजेस थे एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर जो आपने फेस किए?
Right. So I mentioned earlier कि मेरी technical background नहीं थी as an engineer. So first and foremost, trying to get the MVP out. As a startup, I didn't have the resources to hire a full-fledged team of engineers. तो एक बहुत lean तरीके से काम निकलवाना लोगों से, trying to partner up with them and trying to get the MVP and then the next version and the next version. So who I was working with, what the team comprised of was very challenging. And then Pakistan is not really known for innovating hardware products. So MVP के हद तक तो minimum viable product के हद तक तो ठीक था, but when we had to take it a step further, that was very tough. Raising money was very tough. Our ecosystem is booming आजकल, लेकिन अगर मैं 2015-16 की बात करूं तो चंद incubation centers थे, venture capital was very minimal. It was growing the ecosystem. So not only was the product side very tough, but even trying to build the awareness भी बहुत एक बड़ा मसला था कि लोगों को ये बताया जाए कि जी एक्स्ट्रा चार्ज आपका फ़ोन ले रहा है, you can save energy, you can save your phone's battery. So I think all in all, I hadn't thought it through as much as I should have in terms of the amount of effort it took from us as a team. And had I known the journey I was going on, I might not have started it. So it was very tough. It was tough throughout जी. So challenges काफ़ी थे जी.
जी बिल्कुल. और इन्हीं चैलेंजेस को जो है ना फेस करके एंटरप्रेन्योर्स जो है ना आगे जाते हैं और लाइक रोशन सितारे बन जाते हैं हमारी सोसाइटी के, एंड विच वन जिसमें आप भी एक हैं. सो अच्छा जी, तो इसमें था कि आपने जो है ना बहुत ज़्यादा पाकिस्तानी मार्केट में भी काम किया होगा और आपने बाहर का एक्सपोजर भी आपको मिला है. सो व्हाट द डिफरेंस यू फेल्ट कि यहाँ पे क्या कमियाँ हैं, बाहर क्या कमियाँ हैं, और एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के लिए कौन सी एनवायरनमेंट जो है ना बेहतर है? व्हिच वन डू यू थिंक?
बिल्कुल जी. सो आई थिंक इसका जवाब आई स्टार्ट विद प्रिजर्व एंड हाउ वंस हमने यहाँ पे पैसे रेज कर लिए थे, जो क्राउड फंडिंग कैंपेन हमने बाहर जाके रन की थी. क्राउड फंडिंग पाकिस्तान में तो अभी भी बहुत कम लोगों ने की हुई है. 5-6 years ago it was even less common to do it. So वहाँ पे जाके obviously it was nice to see that the crowdfunding as an industry was legitimate in terms of structure एक बना हुआ था. So we primarily went there to do a lot of PR, trying to build that level of excitement for people to eventually come on our campaign and purchase the product. And उसके साथ साथ ही in parallel I was lucky enough to enroll myself into a very good college with a very good entrepreneurship program, and the idea collectively decided with the team was that बाहर का exposure भी मिल जाएगा, and obviously because degree entrepreneurship में थी, so I would also be able to introduce Preserve in the US and trying to come up with different versions and variations of it. So generally the ecosystem over there, मैं अब masters के अपने experience की बात करता हूँ, that थोड़ा ज़्यादा mature है. The kind of help entrepreneurs need in startups, and especially जब आप शुरू में चीज़ें start कर रहे होते हो, whether that's legal help or for someone like me जिसकी engineering background नहीं थी, having engineers around. So most colleges, most schools की अगर मैं institutions की बात करूँ, so they're building the system around कि वो help आपके पास सारी available है, innovation labs हैं, funds available हैं, legal help available है. So in that regard, because वहाँ पे तो अब 2-3 decades से entrepreneurship has been booming, so the structure is there. We're not obviously at that level yet, but I can see the strides we've made since I was pitching my idea of Preserve here 5 years ago, and now that I'm back, and the amount of money that is being poured in. So हम लोगों ने काफ़ी जल्दी काफ़ी ground cover किया है, but obviously there's still a lot of work, good work to be done to get to that level.
ज़बरदस्त हो गया जी. चलिए जी, इसके साथ हमें ये भी बताया कि स्टार्टअप अर्ली में आप क्राउड फंडिंग के वर्कशॉप्स भी कराते हैं, तो उसके हवाले से भी बताया, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ हमारे व्यूअर्स या पाकिस्तानी जो ऑडियंस है, हम एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं, हमें क्राउड फंडिंग का अभी तक इतना ज़्यादा नहीं पता. तो प्लीज़ इस कॉन्सेप्ट को ज़रा हमारे लिए आसान लफ्ज़ों में एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिएगा और अपनी वर्कशॉप के हवाले से भी बताइएगा.
बिल्कुल जी. So startup early is something very close to my heart. I'm trying to provide all those initiatives that I felt like were not available for me when I was trying to get my product out in the market. So 2010 से 15 में जो मैंने एक तरह से experience किया. So our first initiative was making a curriculum for high schools. तो अभी पाकिस्तान के कोई 6-7 बड़े स्कूल्स में हमारा एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का करिकुलम यूज़ हो रहा है एट अ स्कूल लेवल, बिकॉज देयर वाज नथिंग हैपनिंग एट अ स्कूल लेवल. कि अगर किसी 8वीं या 9वीं जमात के किसी स्टूडेंट को कोई आइडिया आता है, वेयर डू दे गो, हाउ डू दे गो आउट एंड एटलीस्ट गिव इट अ शॉट. सो इन द पास्ट ईयर we've done that, and that feeling is very fulfilling कि बच्चों को एक ऐसा एवेन्यू दिया हुआ है that उनके दिमाग में कोई क्रिएटिव चीज़ आती है and they can at least give it a shot. And then secondly, crowdfunding, something that I've we as a team have successfully done. And आपको मैंने बताया था, like Preserve was a second thought in terms of crowdfunding का मुझे पहले पता लगा था, and that excited me more, and then I thought about the idea Preserve. So अब हमने crowdfunding की हमारा second initiative है under Startup Early. We're launching crowdfunding की workshops. But I also understand while we're pitching the workshop that एक awareness create करने का एक बहुत बड़ा element है. Crowdfunding is simply a platform जो very coffee common है in the Western world, where you basically just pitch an idea to a bunch of crowd technology enthusiasts. So you make your minimum viable product, आप अपना पूरा काम कर लेते हो, and you try convincing your potential customers कि जी ये product काफ़ी हद तक आपने काम किया हुआ है. But then you need that big final amount to actually go ahead into production. So इसकी best example मैं ये दे सकता हूँ कि आपने एक product बनाया, आपने वो 100 लोगों को बेचने की कोशिश की. Those 100 people basically pay you at a discounted rate for that product. तो मुझे 100 लोगों का पैसा एक साथ आ गया, and that gives me enough money to actually go ahead and make the product. और उसमें फंडिंग जो बंदा कर रहा है उसका फ़ायदा ये है that they get the product for cheaper. इसमें ये भी अंडरस्टैंड करने की ज़रूरत है that the people who are funding these projects are very tech enthusiasts, so they want कि एक नया tech product उनके पास सबसे पहले आए. तो दोनों का फ़ायदा हो जाता है as a founder and as a potential customer. So we're launching these workshops here. We're trying to introduce and push local founders to look at this avenue of raising funds, because crowdfunding में आप कोई equity आगे अपनी नहीं दे रहे हो. It's all against the product that you will make in the future and then ship it off. And उसका second फायदा ये है कि established businesses can also run crowdfunding campaigns, because through that platform you can sell your potential product to over 120 countries. So we're launching our workshop, and then we'll also get into crowdfunding consultancy, trying to get different startups to run their campaigns. We've already had a decent number of success stories. Marco, the shoes being one of them, were probably the pioneers from Pakistan who went out and achieved that goal. Then Preserve raised $80,000 Then Mano Animation Studios is based out of Karachi, have raised multiple rounds of funding through crowdfunding. So they're basically trying to right now introduce a very nice, good, clean way of raising equity-free funding.
ज़बरदस्त हो गया जी. It is much needed in Pakistan and more power to you guys जो कि चीज़ें सब ला रहे हैं and we are so glad and excited about it. So we're looking forward to it as well. So any last message that you would like for tell the audience कि आप क्या करना चाहिए? You know नहीं होता एंड में हम एक मैसेज दे रहे होते हैं तो वो वाला मैसेज हमें आपसे भी चाहिए कि हमारी ऑडियंस को आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं कि that one important thing that you must do.
Bilkul, I feel like entrepreneurship, you know, my degree is in that. I've experienced it. I consider myself as an entrepreneur. And amongst friends and family, discussion काफी common आती है that a lot of people don't have that thing in them to just go out and experiment on a thought in terms of a product or service that they could potentially, you know, innovate themselves. So कोई idea दिमाग में आता है, I encourage everyone who's listening to this to just go ahead and give it a shot. The least you can do is just go online and see कि इस type का कोई product or service available है या नहीं है, and you know, have that leap of faith. Exactly, Ji. Take the first step, have that leap of faith, and you know, at least give it a shot. Don't just you know, think कि ये नहीं हो सकता या किसी ने कर लिया होगा. So just having that initial strength to go ahead and try doing something is something I feel like which is very important, and I'm, you know, talking to everyone around me about just giving that a shot. So वो एक चीज I think is a message I would like to give forward.
ज़बरदस्त हो गया जी. Thank you so much for your precious time आपने हमें दिया and for letting us know कि क्या क्या challenges आपने face किए and hopefully it will help many others. और इसमें जो है ना we are looking forward कि आपके workshops होंगे तो we will participate in that as well ताकि हमें भी इस तरह का exposure मिले, हमें भी इस तरह की जो है ना sources मिले. हमें hope चाहिए होता है, basically एक रास्ता चाहिए होता है कहीं पे, कोई कहीं से हमें रास्ता मिल जाए तो then we entrepreneurs can find a way. So it was really good talking to you, Hamza. Thank you so much for your time.
Bilkul Ji, thank you so much for, you know, taking my thoughts on this subject. I just wanted to thank you and Tech Valley for the amazing work that you're doing in KPK. Much needed, and you know, like it's actually very, very impressive. So thank you for, you know, making me a part of your community, and you know, hope to be collaborating on future projects, inshallah.
इंशाल्लाह जी. चलो जी, थैंक यू सो मच. अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखिएगा. इसी के साथ ही अल्लाह हाफिज़.
Thank you.